afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Walnut Lodge's Foundations Intensive, Part 2, Week 2, Day 1. So, welcome all. I see Patty and Babs up there. Thanks for being here, you guys. It's Monday, kind of a dreary Monday, so it's a really good day to do some yoga. All right, so today you're going to need 2 blocks, a strap, some kind of bolster or pillows or couch pillows, and then a couch or a chair, or you could go to a wall when we get to the couch chair thing. The only thing is the arm stretches are a little more difficult on a wall, but can be done. So any combination of those things. All right. As usual, I have tons of stuff to do. So let's get started. All right. Just sitting. Kind of get a read on how your quads are. Are they even? One tighter than the other? Are they tight? Are they just nice and loose? Not doing anything about it, just kind of checking to see what it's like. Come on forward. Spread your fingers wide. And then going to the first hand stretch. All right, so rolling the elbows out, base of the thumb and index finger really pressing. And we're just going to rock it back and forth, finding that edge, moving them back if you need. All right, you get a good place. Press into your hands. Pay attention to your wrist. You're at that place where it's not that uncomfortable. You can deal with it, but it's not totally comfortable. Just at the edge. And then just a little bit of rock back and forth. But we're going to do that with our fingers. So you're going to press the index, or not index, all the fingertips into the mat. That should shift you back and release. Press 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 and release. Now this one is going to be different. Press, keep the fingers pressing, now shift forward. And you know, when you release, of course, that stretch across the wrist eases up. But when you keep pressing the fingers and then you resist the motion and go forward instead, it makes that line stretch just a little bit more. And come back. Just a couple of rotations, one way and the other. And then fingers towards. Move up if you want. Press, bend the elbows, sit back, press the base of the knuckles. Identify the stretch with your brain. And then pull the elbows one more time and just stay there and let the body adjust. Couple more breaths here. And then rock forward, tuck your toes, sit back, onto your feet if you can, and roll. Okay, so really ready to go here. All right, hands forward, lift the toes, and sit back again. Now I'm really liking this pull here because I'm really feeling the work very low in my abdominals, like right above the pubic bone. So I think that starting off like this really puts us in the right place. So we're going to tuck the tailbone, pull up, keep that, and then release the sit bones back, and back you go. Tailbone pulls you up, release the tailbone back, and you fold into the hips. Pull, feel that really low, and then lift it up into your guts, and then release it back, and sit, and pull it up, and release back, and sit, and pull, and up, release, back, and sit. Exhale, pull, come up, inhale, back to the full chest lift. Exhale, pull, let the upper body round. Inhale, change the position, chest forward. Exhale, pull, up, inhale, chest forward. Exhale, pull up, inhale, chest forward. Exhale, pull up, inhale, just a couple more. Exhale, pull up, inhale, chest forward. Try to feel the undulation. Pull and up, and the curve changes and goes through the spine, chest lift. Exhale, pull it under. Inhale, undulate through. Last one. Exhale, lead with the tailbone. Inhale, and sit back. Just sit. Couple breaths. You know, you can feel the energy going through that low back. All right, so today we're going to take this next part out and back, and then down dog, plank, and back. Now, if you're not going to do the planks on the hands, you just stay on the elbows. So I'm going to do just one on the elbows. All right, so we're just going to slide out using our hip flexors to slide out. Elbows go down, chest lift, and then hips back, creep them back to sit. Now, for people that want to stay on your elbows, you're going to tuck your toes under, press the hips up, and then if you want to add a dip and come back, lift up, knees down, and sit back. So we'll do another one of those. Slide out, chest lift. Exhale, pull, slide back, tuck the toes, lift up to the dolphin, change the back, nose down, push back, lift your belly to come down, and sit. If you're going on your hands, hands are out. Pull the belly and go down. Push up, tuck the toes, sit bones back, push right into that downward dog. Pull your tailbone out to the plank. Inhale, lift up, stay way up on your toes, and then knees pull in and come back. Inhale. You go out and down. Exhale, push up, tuck the toes, and reach. Pull the tailbone, plank, push. Sit bones back, bend the knees, exhale, back. Inhale, out, and go down. And this time we're going to push back instead of up. Press straight back, tuck the toes, and push up. Pull the tailbone and out. Tailbone lift. Stay up on your toes. Knees come down. Inhale out and down. Pushing back one more time. Push back. Tuck the toes. Sit bones lead down dog. Push. Pull the tailbone out to the plank and tailbone up. Up on your toes. Bend the knees and come back. Two more. Inhale out. And we go down. Push up this time straight. Up. Tuck the toes. Hips press back, downward dog. Pull the tailbone out to the plank. Push the tailbone. Bend the knees and sit back. One more. Pull your tailbone out and down. Push straight back. Tuck the toes. Sit bones lead. Press up. Pull in. Out to the plank. Push back. Stay up on the toes. Bend the knees. And sit back. Actually, let's do another one. And pull the tailbone. Flat line down. Push straight up. Tuck the toes. Sit bones back. And press. Pull the tailbone. And go out. Tailbone lift. Up on the toes. Bend the knees. Sit back. Last one with the push. Pull the tailbone out and flat. Press straight back. Tuck the toes and push. Pull the tailbone out to the plank. Lift the tailbone. Pull the knees and sit. Roll yourself up. Relax the wrists. Just breathe. It's quite a bit of work. And we'll keep adding to that. Keep adding to that. So remember too, if you don't like that wrist work, then you need to just stay on the elbows. So if you're watching this after the fact, just go back to the beginning of this segment and watch those two first variations. All right, so coming to sitting, throw your legs out in front of you and grab your blocks. So last 2 days we didn't do these because there's only so much we can do in each hour. All right, so this is the shoulder shrug work. So I'm going to put our hands on the blocks unless you have those long arms. So let me just say this for people that are new. If you can sit up nice and tall, flex your wrist and reach down and touch the ground. See, I can't touch the ground. If you can touch the ground, or some of you will be there with your elbows a little bent, you don't need blocks. If you're like me, your arms are short, you really need a block to do this one. You don't need blocks to do jump throughs once you get everything, but at beginning, this really helps. So this is, remember, this is about the abdominals and the shoulder strength. So we're going to stretch the arms. Keep your chest nice and lifted. So as you stretch the arms, your shoulders are going up to your ears. Now you're just going to pull the shoulder blades down, your butt's off the ground. We're going to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come down. Couple breaths. And stretch the arms to straight. Press down. Feel the shoulder blades lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and come down. Breathe. And again, trying for 10. All right, lift the chest, press down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep pressing down. 7, 8, 9, 10, and come down. Just let yourself hang forward. It's not a forward bend, it's just a little release. Couple breaths. And come in with your legs into an Indian sit, an easy posture. Hands, we're going to do it one more time. This time, try to pull your knees as much into your chest as you can. So push the arms to straight, pull up. Now pick your legs up. Toes can stay down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come down. All right, so in a way it's easier. You want to keep your thighs pulling into your chest, right? Actually, let's send our legs out straight one more time. So last week we just did this little hip flex. Right leg, left leg, right leg. You're feeling the thighs pulling in to your hip sockets, right? Right, left, right. You can just feel them. Left, couple more. Right, left, right, left. Now go both. So your hands need to stabilize. Both and down. 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 Couple more. Both and down. Pull. Last one. Stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down. Roll. All right. So that last one, you know, it felt like a V-seat. It almost was a V-seat. But I wanted to do that just to really feel that hip flexor line pulling in. So cross the ankles. Hands down. Stretch the arms to straight. Lift your butt up off the ground. Pull your knees. And then pull your hip flexors. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Feet off the ground. 1, 2. One more. 1, 2. And come down. So you're going to release the blocks. I'm going to roll. I'm going to turn the other way. And we're going to just roll down on our backs. Arms out to the side. Feel your low back on the ground. And we're going to inhale. Push your pelvis towards your thighs. And then exhale. Lift the sit bones into the backs of the legs. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Inhale, pelvis push towards the thighs. Exhale, sit bones reach to the knees. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. And the pulls, try to get the whole pelvis off the ground. Inhale, push. Exhale, tuck the sit bones. Waist is still on the ground, pelvis is up. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Inhale, push. Pull hard enough to feel that low back stretch. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. And press the pelvis up into that straight line. So the weight's on your shoulders and your feet. It's a straight line between your shoulders and your knees. And you're just taking your sit bones, pushing into the backs of your legs, relaxing the shoulders. And then what we're really doing is we're pulling the pubic bone towards our chest and then feeling that low back go long. And just keep lengthening through the back by using the oppositional pieces. Pubic bone lifting up through the abdominals, sit bones driving down, motivated by the hamstrings. Breathe. No belts, no blocks, just pushing through your legs. And then roll upper back, middle back, waist, sacrum, tailbone. Pull the knees in. A little bit of a rock. Shift both hands to your right knee and then just really pull that leg in. Stretch that left leg up. And then press your low back into the ground. Reach that heel out. So there's two ways that we're going to do this. First way is just inhale, exhale, pull, and stay. Keep reaching out your heel. If your neck is giving you problems, then you're keeping your low back, you're keeping your legs. Inhale, you're putting your head down. Exhale, pulling up. Think of pulling your collarbones down towards your waist. Exhale, pull. Inhale, down. Exhale, pull. Inhale, down. Don't let the waist go. Exhale, pull. Inhale, down. Exhale, pull. Inhale, down. Exhale, pull. One more. Inhale, down. Exhale, pull. Stay here. Slowly reach that left leg up to the ceiling. Bend it. Lay back. Let your neck go. Couple breaths. Change. Grab that left knee. Pull it in. Leg up. Pull your torso up. Feel that waist on the ground. Reach that leg out. Push out your heel. Now either stay here or inhale down. Exhale, pull. Inhale down, keep the waist. Exhale, pull. Inhale down. Exhale, pull. Inhale down. Exhale, pull. Inhale down. Exhale, pull. Inhale down. Exhale, pull. Inhale back and let the waist go. Exhale, pull. Inhale back. Exhale, pull. One more. Inhale back. Exhale, pull. Stay there. Leg comes up. Keep your chest. Pull it in and release back. Let the feet go down. Relax the lower back. And then just on your own timing, we're going to let our legs drop to the left and then pull them up and then let them drop to the right. Pull them up. Left. Pull them up. Right. Pull them up. Left. Pull them up. Feel your sockets drop. And then just fold the hip. Lead leg just drops. Fold the hip in. Just a couple more. And drop. Pull it in. One more. Drop. Pull it in. That's just to release the pattern. Pull the knees in. Rock it a bit. I like to do this just to really feel your waist, and you feel those two little bumps at the back of your pelvis. The posterior superior iliac spines. Usually you see them as two little dimples. All right, so we're pulling our knees in. We're pulling our pubic bone in. We're letting go with the arms. We're keeping the stomach and reaching the knees out over our hip sockets. So that's a really old exercise, I guess, an old preparation. I like going back to those. So we're really pulling the pubic bone. We've let go of our hip flexors. You're going to stretch your legs out. You're going to keep that waist pressing. And we're just going to go into this long boat. Now, it's harder when you're laying down in one way. It's easier when you pick up, because now you're really using the upper abs also. But for people that have neck issues, maybe this is too much. So you can hold this. And we're going to keep breathing. Keep pulling that low back into the ground. Hold your head. Every time you exhale, pull your rib cage down. I keep going down because I can hold it a couple breaths, and then I keep coming up just to where I can really hold it. One more. Legs come up. Bend the knees. Release back. Breathe. Little rocks. Pull the pubic bone and then let your legs extend. Pull. 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 Couple more. Pull. Pull. Roll up. Stay here. Now press the pelvis into your thighs. Then pull the thighs into the pelvis. Okay. Lean back a bit. Let go. Breathe. Keep feeling the pelvis pushing, the thighs pulling. Keep your chest lifted. Couple more. And then we're going to take our pelvis, roll down, legs down, breathe. When you go to that breath, it's always nice to go right back to that rocking breath. Inhaling, pushing the pelvis towards the thighs. Exhale, pulling the waist. Just a couple, feels good. Rolling to your right side. And come on up. All right. I think that on Tuesday, I'm going to be able to switch to my t-shirt. All right. So, we're going to come over to our couch or a chair or a wall. And you're going to get your strap. First, actually, I'm going to need a drink. So I'm going to move myself back over here. Okay, so what are we doing? Grab your strap. Shoulder stretches. So we're making a shoulder width loop. We'll come up onto our knees if you want. Actually, you could do this sitting too. If you're coming up onto your knees, feel your sit bones driving down. Pelvis is coming up. Push out on the strap, roll the shoulders back, and then just pull it up. We've been doing this for weeks now, actually for years. So we're going to push out on the arms, on the strap rather, with the arms. Arms will go back. Exhale, shoulders release. Your elbows might bend a little bit, that's okay. Try to keep them as straight as you can. Inhale, push out. Exhale, shoulders release. Inhale, push out. Exhale, release. Inhale, push out. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale, push out. Exhale, release. So what's happening too is my arms are going behind me. Inhale, push out. Exhale, stay there. Drop your head. Drop your sit bones. Try to relax the shoulders and keep the position. And then arms come up. Release the shoulders down. And then change this to the back position if you can't interlace your fingers and do this position. So either your hands are in or you're interlaced, right? So stay here. Press. Arms down towards the knees. Roll the shoulders. Lift your chest and just breathe. Try to feel your collarbones go forward. And as your collarbones go forward, feel the shoulder blades going down. One more. And then release it. and come down to sitting. Just a couple of breaths in your chest and your shoulders. So, you know, the warm-up is a nice amount of work on the arms. So I feel like my shoulders are ready for that stretch. But sometimes we do way more like back extensions before this. And we're going to get to those in another minute or two. But I want to do 2 more of these shoulder stretches. All right, so we're going to either, you can use the strap, or if you can grab your elbows and keep this position, you don't need the strap. But if, you know, they slide to here, then you're going to take your strap and you're going to put it right above your elbows, right? Or just kind of at the elbows. And then that'll keep you in this position. All right, so whether you're doing it with the strap or just grabbing the elbows, coming to the edge of your couch or a chair. If you're at the wall, it's best to keep the strap on and just put your hands on the wall and then give yourself a little bit more armpit stretch. So only going to do 1 of these today. So walk yourself back, forehead down, and then just sink the armpits down. Keep your forehead, excuse me, on the couch. You can feel that nice drop in the middle of your upper back. When you exhale, try to let things drop a little bit more. One more. And then pull the pelvis in. Walk yourself forward. Sit. Release the arms. A couple big breaths into your chest. All right. My new favorite. For Jessica, right? These are for Miss Jessica. And for myself, right? So a lot of these I kind of figured out, especially these stuff behind your back, when I dislocated my elbow. Coming back from that was really quite tricky. So we're going to put the straps behind. Now, some of you, I think, could probably do this with your hands interlaced. If Pammy Sue was out there, she definitely could. So our elbows are going to be out to the side. Sit, and then put the back of your hand on your couch. So, for some of us, you know, right now we feel this big stretch in the front of our shoulders. Some of you don't feel anything. So, what do? Well, 1, you could sit. 2, you keep sliding your arms back. And 3, all of us, no matter where we are, we're going to take our sternum and we're going to push it up. And as you push your sternum up, you should feel the front of your chest, and you should feel the front of your shoulders stretching. And then you're going to try to roll the arms in a little bit. So you're going to try to roll the elbows towards one another as you lift. But be careful with that, because you'll feel the stretch go to the inside of your elbow joint. Just keep breathing that chest forward and up. Couple more. And then to come out of this, drop your head, drop your shoulders, bend the elbows, and slide the arms right out. Now if you have a nice couch here, you know, you can actually then just let yourself go back. But if you don't, just sit. We're not going to be here very long. All right. Actually, that's all the longer we're going to be there. So we need our strap. And then you want to have your bolster close. So we're going to strap our knees together. And we're going to put our feet underneath the couch. So if you're at a wall, you have to shift to a couch. Or the other thing is that you can put your feet up against the wall, heel and toe, flex kind of like this, and you can get enough push. But it's actually much nicer if you can get under something. So, going to these back extensions. So putting our feet underneath, coming out, laying on our arms. All right, so you're going to push out on that strap. Feel your feet push underneath the chair, and then just drive your sit bones into the backs of your legs. That's all. How much rotation can you get? How far can you take your sit bones towards the floor? How high can you lift your pubic bone up towards your face? We're trying to counter rotate or posterior rotate the pelvis. Keep pushing out on that strap. That's all. Just feel that your arms are still underneath you. Your low back is getting longer. You're really using your glutes. Now, just take the arms away and breathe. Keep working. Don't change the position of your back. Don't go into your upper back. We're just working the pelvis, but moving the arms just makes everything a little harder. Breathe. Keep squeezing. Just one more breath. Inhale, exhale, release. I like to pull my hands back underneath. Drop your head. Breathe. Alrighty. So we're with the side camera. Alright, so that's a lot of work in the pelvis. And that's all we want to do there. Not all, but the focus is the pelvis position. Doing as much work with your legs and your glutes and your stomach as you can to solidify that position. Alright. Then take your feet out from underneath the couch and walk them back. Now here, actually a wall is better. A wall is better than the couch, but the couch also works. So as you walk back, you're up on your elbows. Now relax your back and then just see what that feels like. If you have hip flexor issues, if you have SI joint issues, it might not feel very good. But we know how to fix it now. We know how to change the position. So you're going to take your sit bones, drive them into the backs of your legs, take your tailbone, push it towards the floor. Same thing we just did. And you should feel your low back being supported. If the curve isn't going to come out completely, but what's going to happen is that it will straighten out a little bit and you won't have the drop right at the SI joint. Sorry, not the SI joint, the L5 S1 joint, right? So I just want you to stay up here on your elbows and keep driving your sit bones into the backs of your legs. Because all of this really is for work with the bow positions. Couple more breaths here. And then we're going to come down all the way to the ground. Just let this go. Turn your head to the side. You can have your hands on your face on your hands if you want, or just to your profile. Alright, come back to center. That was just a little bit of a break. And your forehead is going to be on the back of your hands. Now this is where it's easier if you have the wall. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try to push our feet up the wall. Or if you're on a couch, you know, as you push your legs, they're going to just go straight. So what that does is it's going to put pressure on that low back. So what you have to do is, again, counter rotate. Push your tailbone down towards the ground. Push your sit bones into the backs of your legs. Maybe bend your knees a little bit. Get to a place where you feel like your low back feels good. And stay there. Now if you can go to straight legs with no pain in the low back, do that. But if you have pain in the low back, then it's not worth it. So our legs are straight, but you're still trying to take I'm going to lift my sit bones here, and then you're going to try to take that sit bone straight down towards the ground. And breathe. So I'm just going to try to relax the front of my hips. I'm going to keep trying to squeeze my glutes into the backs of my legs. Keep trying to take my tailbone through my legs towards the ground. And then bend the knees, release. Let everything go. We're going to do that one more time. So what are we doing there? Well, we're trying to increase the extension across the front of the hip. So as the legs go back, imagine like if you were doing a split, one leg would be going back behind you, the other way would be going forward. Here, both of them are going back behind you, but your pelvis is still trying to rotate the other way. So you're trying to extend the hip to the back and open the front of the pelvis just a little bit more. All right, so if you have questions about this, make sure that you ask me. Millie, I think that I saw a question from you, but I haven't gotten to it yet, but I will get to it after I'm done here. All right, we're going to do that one more time. So we're coming down here, and you're just going to push your feet up the wall or try to straighten your knees on your couch. Feel what that's like. And then try to rotate your pelvis the other way. You can make progress here. Just keep squeezing it. It's almost like what we do with the armpits. You know, pushing the armpit down towards the ground. We're pushing the hip sockets down towards the ground. But you have to keep your stomach working up, and you have to keep your sit bones reaching into the backs of your legs. That's how you do it. Couple more breaths. And come down. Let the knees slide. Relax. So what's happened to me is now when I just come to this position, everything feels really loose. I don't feel any pushing or pulling, because I've stretched that line enough to accommodate. So let's come up onto our elbows and see if this feels any better. Yeah, it feels better to me. My low back is just kind of hanging out there. I don't have any pinching or pulling. All right, so we're going to add one more to this today. We're going to grab this bolster. I'm going to pull it in. We did this, I think, on Thursday. I'm going to pull it in underneath your chest so that your ribs are on it. And then drive your sit bones into the backs of your legs. And now we're going to come up onto our elbows, what makes it a little bit more difficult. Press down into the elbows, reach your chest forward. Now this is very much like an up dog. So we're going to take our sit bones, push them into the backs of the legs, tailbone down. Same thing that we try to do in the up dog. You're working your shoulder blades down. You're breathing your collarbone forward. Try to relax the front of your hip sockets. Couple more. Don't let your glutes stop working. Keep pulling the stomach, trying to reach the front of your hip sockets to the ground. Take an inhale. Release your torso. Come all the way down onto the bolster. Just breathe. All right, now we're going to roll to our right side. Unsnap our strap. Come back to center. Crawl your knees forward. Then we're going to tuck our toes under. Sit back. Need to go a little bit. And we're going into a squat. Just an easy squat. Heels down. Let the knees open a bit. Let the low back stretch. So to come out of this, you can turn and put your hands on your couch, or you can shift forward. And then just easy stretch the legs to straight. Just a very easy forward bend. We really haven't talked too much about forward bends in this class. We're going to get to that tomorrow. But for right now, just try to keep your hips over your heels. Some weight on the hands. And we're just doing this to adjust the kneecaps after what we just did. And then coming down to your mat, to sitting. All right, so this is a very slow, gradual slog, really, to bows and back bends. And my main concern is really just understanding how to open the front of the hip, how that changes the quads, how that hip position really saves the low back. So again, if you have questions, send them my way. Teaching online is not optimal, so I can't help you if you don't ask. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day.